Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. What it do is Nikki C in the place to be, and this is a nightcap with Nikki C, and it only happens in the place to be. So I'm here. I got time tonight to come to you live from Riverside, California, with another one of my nightcaps. Tonight, I really don't know what the topic is going to be, but I'm trying to hear back from some of my brothers who had hit me up to talk about certain topics. I don't know if they're available tonight, so we won't hit this topic up if they're not. So, hey, beach is better. OG Witty, what it do, girl? I'm so happy you came in. So I'm just here. I'm waiting for Aaron Collins to come. We're gonna do what we usually do. We're gonna chop it up about some stuff, But what I want to talk about right now while I wait for Aaron is kind of what I was talking about with Huey today about how people try to gain control. It's all about having control, period, in this world. And it's like, if you pay attention, you'll see in every aspect, every arena that you're in, you will see that it's always someone fighting to have all the control. And it's like, when you're aware of it, it's kind of like you just look at it and know that you're in control. You can stay in control of your environment as long as you don't let nobody. Welcome, Aaron. Aaron Collins is in the building.
What's
What
up?
it do, Aaron?
It's out here just sitting here chilling at the house.
Yeah, we having a free night tonight. I usually will be at work right now, but I'm not. I got off early tonight.
Mm. Told him now you gotta go home and do something.
Yeah, so
Kiss my ass.
I was like, I'll come home and go live because I don't have any homework. I got all that out the way earlier this week. Matter of fact, I got that done like yesterday. I got everything done for the week because I didn't have a lot. It's like this class is not that heavy like that last class I was in. That last class had me going. But yeah, I did that. And I got time. Shit, I'm because tomorrow's gonna be back to work. Because I'm gonna work tomorrow at my own stuff, my own business. So I do want to touch a few subjects, and one of them is Cynthia. What is her name? I've been hearing a lot
Cynthia
about
G.
her. No, I don't talk about people on YouTube, boo. I don't.
Oh, are you talking about the actress?
I don't get down like that. I don't be bringing up nobody except the people I love. Like if I'm talking about giving somebody a shout out or, bringing up my Discord brothers and them or whatever like that. But I'm not going to sit up here and no. Anyway, I was talking about the actress lady. I heard something on
Oh,
the radio about her
oh,
earlier.
Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah, Cynthia Erivo.
Oh yeah, I did a video about her yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, you made a video about her yesterday. They just got a lot going on about this lady. I know you
Oh,
made,
so
and I
so
appreciate that. Huh?
you've been hearing more stuff, huh? You've been hearing more stuff.
I keep hearing and seeing. I just saw a video of her on YouTube right now of her doing something else. But I just don't think that counts when you are actually working in an art. They even, when you study that art, they even have you do Shakespearean plays and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know if that's something that but I guess, I guess people always gonna have something to say about something. We know that firsthand from being on YouTube. Somebody always got something to say.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta put the link in the chat just in case somebody else want to come through. I was looking for Cautious. I know everybody because he had a topic he wanted to do another day, but it's like our schedules are off. So you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sound like you watching
The
TV.
beach is better. What's going on, Bridget?
Sound like you watching TV, sir.
I'm multitasking like you. I want to be like you when I grow up.
I'm not multitasking. I'm just I'm not multitasking right now.
I was being a smart ass.
Yeah, we had a pretty good topic over at Huey's this earlier today. I had to go because I had to get off and go to sleep so I can be prepared for work. But we went in today. It's exciting to me when you can vibe with people, get on here, and just have a great conversation and learn something. Even though we had some dude come in and he wanted to talk about Republicans and Democrats and Donald Trump and all this stuff, and I didn't get to say what I wanted to say about that. And I kept StreamYard kept messing up when I was on there.
Right.
It kept kicking me on mute, or I don't know, they couldn't hear me. It was talking about how
I wanted to say something. Oh, I'm sorry.
He was talking about, let me just say this real quick, then I'll let you go. He was talking about how Democrats are not for the black man, and Republicans don't have all the programs that the Democrats have, but the Democrats got all these programs, housing, and all this stuff. But truthfully, what I really wanted to say was that the politicians and the government period always wants to keep the poor people where they are because they make more money off of the poor people than they do the rich people.
Yeah.
You have more of an opportunity to get your own money and get in a better space with the Republicans. But if you're depending on programs and things like that, it's more beneficial with the Democrats.
Right.
Did the thing go into the chat? Oh, it did.
I wanted to say, all the folks in the bushes and the bleachers, you come on out now. I always make it a point to acknowledge them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not showing nobody. We have Bridget, but I don't even see her now.
You're not sure?
No. Let me mute myself real quick. Hold on. You can just keep talking there. I'm going to mute myself.
All right. Glad everyone's doing all right tonight. You know, I should probably be on my way to Chicago now to be with my family for the service of my brother-in-law, but wasn't able to make it, so I'm here. But I did send my family my blessings and prayers. You know, the one thing I want to say is that family is good. Nothing like having a family. Family is important. You need family. Family is There's no substitute for family. You got to have family.
The beach is better. OG with it is in the building.
You hear what I was saying?
Yeah, that's facts. What you're saying. Family is nothing like family. It's facts.
Yeah. Yep. I
It's
was
not.
Hey
telling my
guys.
mom that. Oh, what's up, Bridget?
Hey Aaron. Hey Nikki.
Hey, girl. How you doing?
I'm good. I was so glad you came because I was really scrolling through. I was like, it is so boring tonight. Ain't nobody. It was dreary and nobody was talking about nothing. And I was up,
Mm-hmm.
and it sucks when you're up and no one's talk. When you want to, it just wasn't nothing gonna happen. But I caught a pattern too that I won't ignore it. I always notice like the first of the month. See, I pay so much attention to numbers, and that's how I know it's never coincidence. But I know people's based on the timing of the month, I can predict how YouTube's gonna go. I don't know how people ain't caught on to that. I even noticed, like, even with donations and super chat, like, no one has any money. It shouldn't be that way though. I'm not judging anybody. We all got bills due. I mean, it just depends on how you set yourself up. But they never change. Throughout your whole adult life, you know how bills are gonna run.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were saying about the government oppressing people, poor people to stay where they are. Yeah, when you got people running off their whole life depending on the first of the month, that's
Mm-hmm.
oppression
Mm-hmm.
and whatever they want to. People don't even notice that on the shelves, you ain't getting no sales around the first of the month. You getting full price.
Mm-hmm.
Like I make myself today. I was so mad because I had to shop, and I said I don't shop between the first and the fifth of the month because that's pretty much when most of the checks come out. From either whether it's a government check all the way from I think the fifth almost statewide may even be welfare checks. So you got people who can't shop all month coming in one for 5 days is mayhem. Like I tried to get my son a milkshake on the first, and I couldn't understand why I went to three drive-throughs while the line was wrapped around the freaking building, and I'm getting really mad, like son, because I wanted him to wait in the car while I was paying some bills. I was like, oh shit, it's the first, and it reminded me like I'm not making fun of anyone. Don't get me wrong. Hey, income is income, but when you position yourself and your children around to where they can't do nothing to the first, like everybody's kids in the McDonald's on the first. That's not, see, that's program. And what was you saying, Nikki, about control? They are controlling people with regulated money, and you got to get out the cycle. Like, I'm sorry, if I had to depend on just a check coming in, if that was my story, you know what I would do, Nikki? For 1 month, I would completely not spend one and get ahead so that maybe by the next month, when the check dropped, I didn't have to go shopping or do nothing to maybe the middle. You see what I mean? Like I would make myself get out that flow because the worst shopping is through the first and the fifth. The worst drivers, because you got people who doing extra stuff like they say you got somebody. I know this is far stretch, but say you got that person who can't get their party favors to the first of the month. We all know those, so we don't got to act brand new. But
Mm-hmm.
they want to get jacked up wire going 1,000 miles per hour. But pay attention how people driving on the first through the third of the month that's running on extra energy. Them folks, the worst type of drivers. I'd be like, y'all are. I've looked in cars at people that were so Zoom geeked out, and we all know what I mean. But they got that money and they got whatever they needed, and it's not that I'm judging them. I know plenty of decent people who have overcome all type of struggles, but I'm like, why y'all gotta be so predictable on the month? You can't. What about the 12th of the month? You got the fifth. You got the 17th of the month. Don't be so predictable. They are completely controlling you. I'm telling people I know they are running all the drug lords, trap houses, weed people, other businesses, anything that is in a city or like a community of minorities or people running off checks, they come up on the first based off of how they're spending on the first, and it's like a complete system. And I'm like, so y'all not gonna break this system? You're not gonna free yourselves? I don't care if you are getting the money. I'm all, hey, take the money and run, but don't let these people know, oh, on the first we're gonna have so much money. And then I'm saying that, I mean, I know people pay rent and tenancy, but yeah, that's something different. That's actually investment in properties, and people know you got to pay for shelter. But these other businesses, the hair stores, you know what I'm saying, Nikki, they be coming up off
Yeah.
of controlling those folks who done had to go all month where they couldn't get their hair done. Well, maybe you should look at your life. And if that's the case, and on the first, then just don't get your hair done. If you gotta really wait and stress, I can't wait to the first of the year to get my hair done, then maybe you need to learn how to do it yourself. Because if that's the case, then your whole month is completely controlled around one tiny small couple of days that's giving you life. But what about the rest of the days? So I don't like those days, and I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't mean to hurt people's feelings, but it's hectic. I be bored in the house. Like, I'm not coming out there because I got my temper. I'm smooth, but I can you know what I mean. I can snap when they buggies, like the buggies, y'all, in the aisle. I can't even push through because the people who don't shop regularly, like, you know how you go through and you're used to shopping regularly, you know what you get, you know how it's costing or whatever. But when you got once a month shoppers, they shop different. They gonna stand there in the aisle and look at the canned goods or whatever for about 10 minutes, strategically picking because that's how they like. It's different ways of shopping. So yeah, y'all know what I'm saying.
Yes,
But
we
that
do. And I was gonna say that it's all of it is really programming. We have to get out of programming. That's what a lot of times we talk about when I go to Huey's channel, is that, we are programmed. There's so many still flaws that I have that I still think certain ways, but I'm 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 trying to like get out of the way that I think.
right, you're on your way. You're trying to, and you recognize that. Wait a minute, this can't be right. There's got to be a better way. And so you start thinking yourself of how to get yourself out of at least your own little cycle, or how to do things better for yourself. And so once you look around and you realize, wow, wait, no one else seeing this. No one else is realizing why it's so hectic in the store because all these checks drop. I wouldn't even. Y'all can't. And I think to myself like, okay, Bridget, I've had all times in my life. I've had the times where I had plenty of money, not enough money, no money, blue money. I've been in every situation to where I am sympathetic and empathetic to how it can be. But at
Exactly.
some point, as an adult, your peace of mind. It's a better. I watched the girl at this age, like I could tell she must have gotten a check because she was pulling it out. I know people that go pull it all out at one time, and she was pulling it to, the ATMs that you only get so far under 20 now. You can't get it. And it was just, so if you got 550 a month, you can only pull 540 and it leaves a $10 balance. Yeah, I know, y'all don't judge me, but I was standing there and I was waiting, checking some stuff, and I was, how people leave their receipts. I was looking at people receipts on the first. I know I was being a little no. They left them behind. I don't even get a receipt. But I was looking at the people's receipts and I could see the system. Everyone that got money on the first, how they pull it off. The two, I'll see two together because a typical gas station ATM only lets you pull up to 200, right? So, and I'm like, why aren't they going to the one time to a eight? See, this is even the system. They won't even go to the ATM or Wells Fargo's or Regions or regular bank, which will let you pull for, say, 480 off at one time. You're going to keep pulling multiple times because you're used to running in the gas station. It is so programmed to where I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm looking at the receipts. They'll pull two one time, two one time. I just look at numbers so much, and I'm like, wow, all these receipts up here stacked say the same thing. They had to go in one time, pull off the two, go in the second time, pull off the two, and that last time they tried to pull 100 or close to it, or if it would, hopefully would have let them pull the 100 plus the fee. And if not, they would get upset and they have to go back and pull the 80. It was like that, a stack of them the same way.
Is Aaron,
Anyway, I just threw that out there. I don't know. I'm done. I was rambling about money.
Aaron,
Oh, I'm still here. Hey, I'm
okay.
still here. I'm listening.
I just had
I'm
to
listening
check.
to. Yeah, I'm still here.
I understand though about the programming though. It is, and I get very upset that a lot of people, they sit here and they will depend on all the services that the government offers, and they never want to get out of that. I mean, I can understand using it as a stepping stone, but a lot of people, they just get caught up in that way of thinking, and they put themselves in those situations to where, oh, I can't make this certain amount, or my housing won't. I'm gonna have to pay more rent. Why not just keep growing, and then one day you'll be off that, and you won't have to pay that, I mean, I understand it's helpful, but you don't want to stay in that situation. I don't think it's a situation that people should stay in.
I don't either, Nikki. But you know what? When I was trying, like there was I can't call her a friend, but it was an associate acquaintance at the time, and she finally, for years, she'd been trying to fight to get her disability, and it got approved. And she was an older woman. I'm a little over my 40s. She's probably 55 or something at the time she was, and you can't tell her nothing. But she finally was getting this money, which she was already living off one check from her son, which was like 550. So she got approved for another for her back disability, which is whatever, that's fine, because she wasn't going to be able to work. She's a convicted felon, and so it was kind of like she wanted that check. With of course I break it down, and I'm like, girl, that's like you 55 trying to live off of 125 a week, but okay, go ahead though, whatever. With kids, but anyway, she got into a house and her rent was like whatever. It's not so bad. Y'all are in California. Y'all in Cali. Your rent's really high. Down here in the South, you can get rent. You can, it just depends on if you're trying to rent a house or apartment. But I was talking to her and I was like, well, hey, you make enough, you can bring enough in and try to get on get a HUD house and do a small percentage down and start working and start buying, because what you're paying for rent is more than what your mortgage would be. In the South, it's not that hard to own a home. And I'm not downplaying on anybody who does own a home. I think they took the time to want to learn how to get one, but I'm also honest. It's not nuclear physics to get in the house, particularly down here in the South. It's not. It's just not. You just have to realize, well, if I'm going to pay rent, then I might as well pay a house note, because down for some reason the mortgages are cheaper than the rent. So you just do the necessary work, which isn't a whole lot, and get in the home if you want it. So it's not really complicated. It's really more about, if you got the will, there's a way. And if you want it, you'll get it. If just like you wanted to get into a house to, move, what is it usually like? First month's deposit, sometimes first and last month rent. By the time you add all you can make it happen. It's possible. But when I was trying to talk to her, Nikki, and I'm like, she don't want to hear. She's like, that's just too much. I was like, no, listen, it's not gonna cost them. And I'm showing her even on the HUD house. I'm like, girl, this house is for $13,000 cash. I'm trying to show, and this lady was like, when I tell you, she was getting so mad, like, quit trying to tell me what. I'm like, no, I'm trying to show you. You're gonna keep paying that much of rent. Look how much you've already bought this house 3 times within a year. And she didn't want to hear it. But she swore she knew money. She swore, I could do this with money and I can flip and I can make this 1,000 a month grow to 3, 4. But I'm like, okay, if that's the case, then buy your. She just wouldn't be open to owning nothing. She wouldn't be open.
I'm still here. I'll be right back. I'm
it's
still
really
here though.
Mentality, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, I know people that they get those benefits and stuff, and they just will not make more money. They will not. They will make sure that their income is low, so that rent can still be that low price. But you're cheating yourself when you do that. You're cheating yourself.
Absolutely.
Out of life, because you're living a life like this, and that means you can't do too much of anything. You don't have the money to do anything. So
right. I mean, as that there's a saying. I've heard it, seen it many, many places. A lot of the stuff I say, I've seen in many, many places, even biblical. But it says, as a king or queen rises and falls, then so shall their family. And that is so deep. As a king or queen rises and falls, and so shall their family or their kingdom. That is so real. As one person in your family can come up, and bring other people up. You can do that. And I'm looking at them like, why would you not want to come up? So your kids can see, okay, this is what y'all need to do. You can't rent forever. They don't want to hear it. And so then you got a few people who just took the necessary steps to do it or try, when other people looking at them like, oh, help me, hand out. They think you really got it going on. You got money and you're doing it. But it's like, no, I'm not. I just saw that it was a better way.
You found a sacrifice for what you wanted. You sacrificed your time, you sacrificed your money, you worked towards something. Some people just don't know how to do that. They're not going to work towards nothing. They're going to sit there.
They'll work their ass towards scamming. They will spend 20 hours on YouTube and everybody's chat doing the most. I'm not just YouTube, but social media and everywhere. They are everywhere trying to be so the best, reader and this and gagger and the best person could say this. But I'm like, okay, when you're done doing all that, what do you have in the real world? Because people looking around once you're yourself. Like, I know you may can't see in my house and see everything, Nikki, but I can assure you that's a false sense of confidence to be online and have 100 people saying hey and thinking you're so popular, but you don't own nothing. You
Mhm.
haven't accomplished any type of goals. You locked into the only time you feel relevant is when you jump on in chats and social media and people know your name. But it's like,
Here, sis, preach it tonight.
that's
Preach it tonight.
the richest person in the room. Nobody knows. Remember the story about the millionaire next door that dressed regular, was wearing regular people clothes, driving a normal car, not like a raggedy. They wasn't trying to be raggedy. They were just blending in with people. Millionaires do that all the time because they're like, no, no, no. If I attract you with my money, then it's gonna be vultures coming at me. And I've already figured out I don't want to be a charity. I don't want charity friendships. I don't want all the vultures. So let me downplay what I got, so that when I see an opportunity to do something, I can do it on my own versus somebody manipulating me in a sad sob story about, oh, I'm about to be evicted, or I'm about to have, like, hey, honey, I've been there too. Well, then maybe you should just get evicted. Maybe you should just go be homeless for a while and say, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. And whatever I did to get here, I'm not going to do that. Maybe somebody needs to stop rescuing you and you need to hit the bottom, live on the streets. I don't know what the answer, but I do know this: bailing people out or using people you think can help you. That is what I'm struggling with that right now. And I said, you know what? That's it. People are getting fed up. I don't care how charitable or how big people's heart is. There are so many other places to sow where folks are making moves. So at this point in the game, in the life, every energy, if you don't got it, stay over there with the other people too, because you don't got no business coming up out your place. Does that make sense, Nikki? Like, I know folks want to elevate, but you're trying to run with big dogs and you don't have the energy to do it. You can't keep up. You don't got the stamina. You don't got the resources. You ended up your dead weight and you're dragging people down, and no one's gonna go lose their part in the marathon because you dragging them down and you can't even pass the baton. You're gonna get left. And it sounds so mean, but no, you're gonna get left because you cannot bring everybody with you.
Yeah.
And so I always look at people like, I don't trust anybody flexing or flaunting their money. And then I look at people and I wonder what makes people want to give. And a good heart does, but see, a good heart also gets fed up. A good heart looks up sometimes. You don't know what will turn a person to say, that's it. No one's giving you nothing else. You have abused your right as a human being, as a citizen, to get anything. Because there's just not domestic abuse or emotional abuse. There's also financial abuse.
And of course.
And so people don't like, you are financially abusing people whenever you become such a leech to where people just want you to go away. Your begging is so excessive. They're like, God dang, go away. It's kind of like, when you're at the gas station and a person of lesser, they'll come to your window like, hey, ma'am, you got any change? You're like, hey, back up now, because I don't like, I've had to like, don't come to my car because I'm a woman. I'm at the pump. Do not walk up on me. You're going to find yourself looking real crazy. Don't walk up on me. Don't corner me. I've had to because that's in a very, very aggressive, intimidated way. I don't like that. But you go in the store and they say you got some change. You're like, I don't know, on the way I have to see on my way out. Sometimes on the way out, you really don't have no change, You're like, I really don't have it.
And I
Sometimes,
don't give money until I want to give some money. If I don't want to give nobody no money, you ain't finna press me about shit.
right, you're not going to make me feel, I can have a whole bunch. It's all on how I feel. You're not going to make me feel bad because I know people
I'm back, y'all.
who sit there doing it. And so that's what we're on with right now. It's a new era of panhandling and begging to where we all know some type of a bomb. I don't want to use that word, but the begging became so excessive. So now you finally got to just slam the door in people's face because it's like, no. If you're going to be like this, you've contributed nothing. You can't give anybody anything. It's all about you. Me, give me. I think they need to fall. I think they need to hit the floor. I've literally had people, Nikki, I'm not kidding.
Let me say something to people in the chat real quick. Hold on. Peace to the San Francis and my cousin was in the building. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I have to say something to them because they just really coming in here and I don't be saying.
I look, I know, I didn't know you could click the comments on live comments and see that. Oh, that's so cool. I really got to get familiar with this app. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's a lot of things, and I had to look at my own heart because we get the stories, and people will literally tell you, "Y'all, my power's out. I'm sitting in the house in the dark in my water," and we like, "Dang, man, they over there struggling." And then 30 minutes later, they on YouTube live, and all the lights in the house on, and all the computers. And I'm like, "Wait a minute, hey man, hey, we just got bamboozled. Hold up, they did not get their. Oh man, the lights was never off. Nope, that's it. No more stories. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody renting. You know what? Now I'm gonna sound cold. But the system got them like I've looked at the dates. I'm like, look at these dates. People asking, look how quiet people are. Look at what they're doing. You can almost clock when they're gonna want it, when they're gonna need it. I can, based on what the timing.
excessively trying to get their money out.
The time is everything. They will look at when they think you got it is when they got it. Like that person who know you get paid on Friday, and that's something we say. It's like, oh man, well I get paid on Friday, and you be just casually talking, and you don't know they listening. Like, okay, on Friday I need to call her and strike up a conversation and make up a sad reasons why I ain't got no groceries in the house. Yo, man, this is out of control, people.
Hey, Miss, let me just say this: you could call me, you could strike up a conversation, you could do what the fuck you want to do. But Nikki C don't give up shit unless you want to. Period. You can call with the side stories and all that. If I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it.
Right, like you could be like, I got $10,000. You wouldn't know if it's like, but it's not your money. It's not their money. So I'm trying to
when people be playing running game on me.
Right, and it's like I already know you're running game, but now you're starting to think. Sometimes you want to see how far I like to see how elaborate people will go. Like, let me see how far of a story you're going to come up with before I just finally, like a hammer, let me see how far you're going to go with this story. And like, my goodness gracious, you all, but timing. But like you said, that they're also being controlled by their own greed. Greed is controlling them because they never have enough money. They never have what they need. They're constantly got their hands out. So in the same way that they're using and financially abusing people, they also themselves are being financially ruined because guess what? It comes and falls out their fingers so quickly because they haven't established their own system of staying up or ahead. So they can't, as quick as they get it, they lose, so they don't win. But yeah, that control. And so I said, man, even the oppressed, no, that's not oppressed. Oh man, that got so deep. When they go talking about control, I'm like, yeah, I hate when somebody think they control me or running me, and the whole time it's like, no, you're not controlling anything. I wouldn't. You're not. I'm talking to you because I want to talk to you. I'm affiliating with you on the levels that I'm choosing. You didn't make any of these choices. And I find the minute they find out, they thought that how some people think they were in control, they will really be thinking because they're used to controlling other people. When they realize, wait a minute, I can't tame this person. I can't control them. No matter what I do or say. They do what they want to do. Of course. Who do you think what made you? You must be around some weak-minded people if you're used to everybody going along with every word you say, because we're going to disagree on several words and things. But the fact of very cockiness that people really think they can control, like I see going back to everybody reading all these laws of power and everything, people's like, hell up, you all. To some people, they're just naturally born leaders. And they lead because they take people in good places. Where they're going is where people want to go. They're not forced, not trying to convince anybody. People want to go.
Leaders, you hear that?
Yeah, they're not trying to force it. The energy says, okay, this feels right. This is good. They're just going because they want to be there. It's nothing. You don't have to convince me, Nikki. Nothing you can say. You haven't one time tried to convince. Oh, I'm such a great person. I'm so great. Poor me. You don't do that. And when people talk like that, they don't realize it's like you're really trying real hard. Who are you trying to convince, me or yourself, that you're all these things? I always think, because no, you're not. Because if you're so great and like there's nobody on the planet that just, why poor me? No. That's not life, man. You got even biblical, it says, it rains on, it rains on everybody when it rains, when it's sun or whatever you want to call it. But nobody gets it so bad to where they're, I'm not talking about a mental stability. That's just straight game. Finding somebody to feel sorry for. And it's a system of abuse. And I'm like, you know what? man, just like when people, I wish that people start fighting for these people that's getting financially abused because they find somebody to leech on that's got more than they never have anybody on their equal level. It's like, why are the people you leeching on got their stuff together, but you don't got nothing to offer nobody? You can't even get them a sheet of paper. You feel me?
Because they're
Yet
not
your whole
going to be nothing else but what they are.
that's sad. I wouldn't want. I would like. I would get tired of being. I would get tired of being that. Like I can't do this anymore. I can't be like this. I'm freaking at this. I would get sick and tired of saying I can't even depend my day without calling around and seeing who I can get some money from. I would get tired of it.
But this
That's
is
just
not where I wanted this conversation to go, though. Like, this is a waste of our time to me. It's a waste of our time because they're going to be who they are always. And all we got to do is just make sure we don't get caught up with them.
And you're right. And when you say that, it makes me feel so good to hear that because when I said, I got a friend, she's like, oh man, bro. I was like, no, 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 no. Listen, there's nothing you can tell me. I've already come to accept it's not, for these people. Some people that's what that there's no more, there will be no better. There will be no next year they coming up. There will be no they're gonna pay you back. They are never gonna be anything but what they are right now because that's what they have. They don't want anything. This is what they've just let. I don't know what their problem. I know that it's not my problem, but it sounds harsh. But no, you're right. That's what they want. That's what they're gonna be. So you got to not get stuck on because you cannot save nobody who doesn't want to be saved. You're going to lose all your energy over there drained out with somebody who battery is so dead it can't be charged up. It got the rust on it. It ain't you know how old battery being of like a flashlight, like it's so old it started decaying.
That's true, but I wanted to hear from Aaron a little bit too, because he up here just stuck up here and ain't said nothing. What you
I'm
say?
good. I got that out. That was on my mind tonight, but I'm good. Go ahead, Aaron. Take it over, shorty.
Aaron, see, he went to sleep. Aaron. Dang.
Hey, Sam Francis and Miss Coleman.
Aaron. What's wrong with this thing?
I'm still
He's
here.
like, Aaron, are you on mute?
Yeah, I'm still here. This damn phone.
Okay, I wanted to hear from you now. What you got to say, Aaron, about all this? Or
You already know
anything?
how I feel about certain people and certain things on how stuff is conducted on this platform. I mean, it's just all it is just a bunch of, like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of immaturity, a lot of grown kids,
That makes
folks,
sense.
yeah, a lot of folks get all up into their feelings, and then, especially when it comes to these guys, I mean, the men, I don't, at this point, I feel embarrassed calling them men because they act like little boys when you put them, you tell them about themselves, and they want to bring up what someone else is doing. They want to bring up women. I mean, one thing I learned is that what real man talks about what women are doing? Why you want to be treated like a woman? You're a man, so handle things like a man, right? I mean,
Right. Man up. Man the F up. I mean,
exactly. That's man up. Not woman up, man up. Exactly. I
But
mean, like I said earlier, I come from a generation when you were frowned upon if you didn't talk to a female. Now they got it all twisted today. I mean, it is completely opposite. Everything is turned on its ear. You
yeah.
got a bunch of tight jeans wearing emo ass, all up in their feelings, MGTOW mind, go their own way cats. You know what? That's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna go their own way because I sure as hell won't be with them.
Well, I'm not gonna disagree there. I told my sons when my son even if I don't like how his face looks, son, you better man up and figure it out. I'm not ready. Nope. Man, and when they do, the minute I say it, or we said his shoulders will straighten up, he'll catch himself, he'll know. Like I've seen my own sons who are still teens, like correct themselves when I'm like that behavior ain't acceptable. I've seen it. I've seen them do it. Like they know what my man know what man up mean. It's just whether or not it's a choice. I don't know. Or I don't. I know a man was born to act and think like a man. as far as you're I don't even want to say provider, but you're the man. You man, I want to feel safe and secure. I don't want to feel. I don't know. That's another level. I don't want to go there. Somebody else take over because I'm going way somewhere else. I'm gonna end up
Yeah.
saying something. Somebody got to be offended, so I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna stop.
I get what I get what you're saying though, Bridget. And you know what? Don't get me wrong. Listen, people get their feelings hurt. I understand that. Hell, I get my feelings hurt. I've got my feelings hurt before. There's nothing wrong with being a little bit sensitive, but when you get to the point where, and and I know I've done this before. That's why I'm speaking on it. But sometimes though, sometimes people can take things a bit too seriously, and I'm guilty of it myself. So this is therapeutic. But as far as I'm quite sure indirectly, I've probably made a few enemies on this platform because of my stance and views on certain things. I mean, I've been called a simp so many times. Hell, I may as well add it to my name. Not really, but you know what I'm saying.
No, but that don't make sense. You don't act like a. I know. That term is used a lot, especially Texas areas. A lot of time hip hop, whatever. That's not. You don't speak and act or talk like a simp. So that ain't even that wouldn't even been a proper word. Like if they were trying to use some type of way to attack you. That wasn't it. I wouldn't even know why. We want the men. We need some. I mean, I don't know what's going on. That's why I be like, "What a man at?" We need our men. Like, hey, don't get me wrong. I'm all about some. And then I don't know what's going on with this women empowerment. See, I always sound like the one who's not in with the cahoots, but I don't know what y'all talking about. You say women empowerment, but y'all over here talking about people's dead mamas. It's like I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that means. You better empower yourself. I don't need anybody else to empower me. I got me.
I think what it is though, y'all, is that people tend to. I forgot what I was gonna say. This is a shame. I was already had it on the tip of my tongue. Now I forgot. No, I'm just saying, like, people tend to look at me. Damn, I got caught up.
I saw Miss Coleman's comment when she said she wished she could have took advantage of some housing in Section 8 or something. And yeah, for some people it's like it is. I know that their situation, man, that when they finally got there, they appreciated it and they made the best of it, and it really helped their families. Based on it was something great for them. And then I've seen some, like I know now, they don't even have their kids, and they got the Section 8 voucher. They sat on the voucher for 6 months, taking their time looking for a house. The voucher covers about all except for about $50. So they got to come up with somewhere between $40 and $50 a month for a whole house to live in, and they don't even have the kids. The government thinks they got their kids. The mama keeping the kids on both, and the woman that moved her boyfriend in. So you see, you got some people who it's like, you know what? It's a family somewhere this is a big house. Like it's plenty of room. It's a full family house. And I'm looking at her like, you don't work. You got this whole house for this amount of money. You only got to come up with about 40 something a month to pay the rest of it. You got a really nice house in a really middle class neighborhood, and you ain't even got your kids. But I bet you the nigga, his friends finna be crashing on the couch. They finna be having all type of parties, and all type of other folks staying over and bombs. And I'm just looking at her like, you're not a good person. Because the least you could do is have your kids with you. I get you if you should snuck some folks in, but meanwhile, there's somebody mama out here who really grinding 2-3 jobs to keep a roof over her kid's head, and she couldn't make it on the Section 8 list because it's very hard to get on there. And you just ain't even appreciative. Like, if I hope they, and I hate to say it, I was thinking, I hope they do can inspect you and find that your boyfriend been staying here so you get kicked out because you don't even got the kids here. I know that sounds mean, but I kind of do. She don't deserve it. She don't need it.
Really, they just sit there and they got time to watch for the Section 8 notifications, and they keep up with it. That's how you get it. You have to be on it, because if you really trying to live a life and you out going to school and doing other things that are trying to better yourself, you ain't got time to be watching for no Section 8 letter. Or
Yeah,
your
because you still got to keep moving. Like, because I mean, I know some like Section 8 been 8 years. I'm like, honey, in 8 years, you could have built a house. You could have went to the woods and cut down a couple of trees and figured out how to build a log cabin in the woods in 8 years. You can't be talking about, I've been waiting 8 years for my Section 8.
yeah, they be waiting
Hey,
for it. They wait for it. It's like the American dream in the hood. Like this is
no, but by that time, it's like even if you did come up, it should have been like this is what, and if this is what happened, it really with a friend of mine, and we were talking about this. Within that time, this person was something else happened. They ended up, what did they get? Something else came up. They had a different type of housing situation, and we were like, well, no. Since your name finally did come up, go ahead and take it, and you got daughters, and that'll help them have to not pay so much rent and while they're in school. So go ahead and take it, but keep your other place too. And she was like, no, don't go back. Just go ahead and get it. Keep what you got and run both of them. And the lady was like, she hadn't thought of that. And I was like, that is a great idea. Since her name finally did come up, it was like, you might as well, but don't move. Don't go back because you're used to where you're at now. You see what I mean? Like, no, don't go back. Stay where you are and help your other part of the family that needs some help, like keep that place. And that was a smooth move right there. But some folks
but it's still not legal though. That's not legal.
No, it's not legal, but
mess with your integrity. You gotta compromise your integrity to do that.
yeah, well, if she went back, I think we're trying so hard to keep her to like, don't go back, because it was like if you go back and stay stuck there, you're never gonna. It was like they were doing better. We were just trying to think of something, and I was like, well, you're right though. That's not legal, I know, but taxes too. Folks don't be claiming that they be cheating on the. You know what I mean? It's like they're gonna add those.
Think about all that when you decide to do something like that. If you're gonna.
Well, I wouldn't. That way, in my situation, we were just throwing out thoughts. So like, whoa, don't go back. Like, don't. What if somebody kills, like where they are was better? That's then, like I said, then you got the woman who ain't even got her kids. Like, at least this lady had her kids. I don't know. I guess we were trying to at least be like, well, at least somebody need to show some prosperity. Don't just get into Section 8 and then never do anything else. Like, no, keep moving towards that direction to not to need the Section 8. And it's this whole house over here. Then I guess it's hard to say no to free house. That's what it is. It's so hard too, even if you got housing, to say no to free housing. But what if you could have both? I don't know. They get a little technical, and you're right. They do got something, but then you can't have too much integrity if you just say no to to have too many houses when folks out here got 7 kids and 12 baby daddies. So you got to look at what type of people you're also talking to. Like, it ain't like you talking to a person who's not used to bending rules or cutting corners.
That's true, but your income got to match up with that in order for you to get that anyway.
So they probably was already like,
that's what I was
fidgety on the numbers. Then some had to be already off. See what I mean? Like, they weren't by the book already. If they were by the book, they would have never even name came up on. By the time it came up on Section 8, they would not have been disqualified. I mean, they would have been disqualified. So they were already living crooked. It was like
that's what I was talking about earlier. And that people sit there and make themselves not make more money because they are on Section 8 and they want to keep that versus elevating in their lives, versus getting in a better position, versus getting up out of the Section 8 and buying them a home, which you spoke about earlier.
Well, the program's like, it's a slap in the face to me, because even when you're in a project, like if you pay attention to the projects and how to get the programs, especially that Obama put in place, and the ones, not just him, that were before him, where if you're in a project and you want to own a home, Fannie Mae had these programs. And I watch people do this where they move out of their project, they paid their down payment, or closing cost, and set them into a nice little home. And they moved on. They got out. Like, it's so many programs to get out of that it's like no excuses. All you have to do is say, hey, I want to get into the homeowner, program and have something. For like, I ain't gonna say I was jealous of, but I was like, well, dang, you had to have no credit. Dang, they built your house. Like, wow. But that was something, a program somebody started to help. And some people I saw one person take advantage of that. Out of a lot of people I knew that in the project, only one girl she took advantage of that, and I don't know how she's doing now. But I only know one person, but anybody could have done it. They just had to like want to do it and go to the little classes about financial management. Their mortgages were really tiny. Okay, their mortgages were small, like really small, and they did it. You know, so I don't know, but you were right on that cricket. You called me out, Nick. I didn't want to say well they were already not planning it.
That's not what I was doing. I was just saying that's things that you have to think about before you decide to do it, because it's very, it's catch-22. You can end up getting caught up, or you might not. Cuzzo was in the chat saying it's hard to judge because you never know the situation. She said my friend left an abusive relationship in the house she owned with her fiance, and now is on HUD. Her kids are in college. So you never know the reasons people get on it or stay on it. I'm not even trying to knock nobody who's on it.
Yeah, Miss Coleman, we're talking about, that's what we're saying. For some people, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. For some, they just abusing it, I
wanted to say something real quick. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. And you got to do what you got to do to protect yourself and the kids. And sometimes you may have to get out of a comfortable situation just to get away from an abusive situation. And that means you might have to be cramped up in maybe a one-room, whatever. I mean,
understandable.
Been there, done that. It'll still be comfortable. I'm sure it'll still be comfortable, but sometimes you might have to give up the comfort, the creature comforts of a 3-bedroom, whatever,
for a little while to get out of something bad and then have some help. That's what that's supposed to be for. Like Miss Coleman, her friend that had a situation. When she was able, I know when that lady was able to get her HUD house, I bet she was crying tears. I bet she was going to sleep crying and so happy, like, oh my gosh, I made it out, because everybody don't make it out of, domestic abuse. Some people just stand there because they need to tell me somebody ain't got nowhere to stay. I've heard it like, so you mean you staying here getting whooped because that's your reason, not because you don't even love the guy, not because you think he's gonna ever change, because you don't know what you're gonna live. If that's your only reason, then honey, that's not good enough, because you can get out and have somewhere to stay. That's not gonna work. So we're not talking. I'm not definitely at all meaning to hit the nerve of anybody that work for, because it's supposed to be, those were supposed to be blessings for those situations of people, but it's also to keep some people oppressed also. It's for both ends. You can't have, with the other night, you can't have one without the other. You got the ones who really need it and it's changed their lives and helped them and their children, and you got the ones, like I said, who land up over there with everybody in the house but the kids.
The ones that get
everybody.
They stuck in it. They're not even trying to advance in the game. They just gonna be there for the rest of their life. That's the mentality that we're dealing with. But if you're using it to better yourself and you put yourself in a good place, or even if you stay there forever, and even if they raise your rent a little bit, you shouldn't not work hard or try more because they're gonna raise your rent a little bit. It's still not the same amount of rent that someone who is actually paying regular rent with no program is paying.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to cut your hours to I'm only going to work 20 hours. If I go over 20 hours this week, it's going to make my rent go up $50 or something. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, because I'm like, because you do the math, right? People not do the math, even with the math, and because time is money too. Time to me is money. I'm sorry, time is money. So it's like, okay, $50, how much are they gonna raise me? But look how much more I'm gonna get, and what if these hours also let me be able to get this too? Yeah. Because of something else, I got more hours now and I'm more full time. Nah, I'd rather pay a little bit more money, but have more options. You need options. You can't have no options stuck at 20 and under hours a week.
And then if you something might happen where your hours go down at work, then you can go back to the other price. So what's the problem?
That's some man. And mentally, like, how could they not see that? Like, no. That's not how much would you make. We were doing the math the other day with somebody and was like, let's do the math. Okay. And they were talking about refinancing and when she did the math, she was like, okay, my house note's going to go up this much more, but I'm going to be able to pay off $14,000 in debt and problems. It made sense to pay a couple $200 more a month on her house note and save her an additional like $650 or $7 a month in bills. Does that make sense? To pay off a bunch of stuff, cars and everything. So it was like, yeah, go ahead and raise your note, refinance for that extra $2, pay off your house, cars, no car notes now, none of that. It made perfect sense. So some of this is like simple math. I'm missing where people don't get simple math because yeah, you weigh your options and say, well, in the long run, which one gonna make sense, right? I thought everyone keeps saying make it make sense. I'm like, but y'all say that, but the things you do make no sense. I mean, I know if you got to move home for a little while, it's supposed to be for a little while to get on your feet. It ain't supposed to be, okay, how long is it going to take for you to get on your feet? I mean, I don't know. My kids better not come back. That's all I'm saying. I done said, forgive me. Okay. Who next? Ms. Coleman hit on some good points. And I saw someone was in the room. They were so nice. They spoke. I don't want to. How do we get on this topic? I threw us. So we were. Nikki,
you came in and just went. You went there. I was like, oh no.
The money, all this with it being the timing of the month, how the vultures are out, how people like I passed by the bingo hall the other day, and I'm looking at folks' cars and some folks. I'm like, baby, you ain't got no money to be up here at the bingo hall playing. You owe everybody and the damn mailman, but okay. And I'm looking like, how they got, and I'm like, oh, they got them checks. But see, next week they're gonna be texting, asking to borrow money for cigarettes. And I'm gonna be like, you know what? When you was playing bingo last week, see, then you're gonna have to be. I don't want to be that person, but I'm pushed to the wall now, where I gotta say, well, I thought I saw your card at the bingo hall. You ain't win no money. And I don't want to be that way. But people are not understanding that, okay, if you effed off all your money and didn't care about tomorrow, didn't care about I ain't talking about you just ran out. Money runs short. I'm talking about you effed off all your money. That's not fair for you to go calling somebody else who, keep a little bit of spare change or a little, emergency money or pocket change, whatever you want to call it, and go asking them, what make you think you got it like that? Because I don't got it like that. I don't know about y'all. But I don't have it like that where I can go call somebody because I can go F up all my money, everything, and to completely depend on somebody to come in and people to just take care of all of my responsibilities. I'm too old for that. That's childlike thinking. If it's somebody grown, then they stuck with the mind of a child. They must really do have, or they really out of pocket in this universe to thinking somebody owed them. No one owes them that type of charity. Nobody.
Nope. No, indeed.
I'm like, where your mama at? And I know something like, where your parents? Because usually if you can, you go to your family, right? If you're in crisis. Aaron, didn't you say family was important earlier?
Yes, I did. Family is very important.
Family is life. Family is everything. No matter if you talk to them every day, daily, in your intermediate household, the extended family, family is important. Should there be some type of situation and you realize, you know what, dang, I done ran out of gas. You got family for that. I don't trust anybody who don't have, you don't have a single person in your family.
You sound like me.
Nobody. Okay, now I understand we like family be having quarrels and you may not be talking to this cousin one time or this auntie. No, I'm not talking about your average, normal, family dynamics. I mean, you mean to tell me you got nobody but you'll go to a stranger on the internet and ask for help before you're going to go to your family? Well, something got to be wrong with you then, because family always like, girl, I'll look out for you. Somebody. Not a stranger.
Somebody, but the people who don't, they done ran out of people because they done ran through them people and used them and burned bridges.
Well, then you had to, that's a red flag. If someone has burned bridges that bad, that's pretty bad. Because I even know people, I don't get, like, that's a red flag. And so I take in women who aren't married and who are single, better stop letting their lonely hearts and the need for affirmation and validation get caught up with these other women who's scamming on them. I don't care if you got a husband, a fiance, a boy, nobody. You and your kids, you do not need to be out here exhausting your resources on other women. Because next thing you know, you end up being somebody's sugar mama and don't mean to be. Because it's never enough for them. If that help anybody, just because you don't have a relation, you know what I mean? Single doesn't mean, well, okay, I be at the no, I see it happen all the time. If they don't have a man in the home, to put his foot or whatever that's wrong, those women are so vulnerable to over giving. For I don't know, over their heart. I don't know what it is, and then people will prey on that type of woman. Those are predators too. I was talking about people being predators. I wasn't talking just about sexual predators. Financial predators too.
All these predators we be running across around here.
That's all I'm seeing lately. Vultures, birds, predators, a few people who can stand on their own and don't cost anything. It shouldn't cost you something. You can just exist without it costing. If you're costing people stuff, you're something wrong with you. Nobody's dealt that many bad cards. People, there are bad situations. You go through it. No. If you're stuck in a vortex, I feel like if something happens with it, I don't want to, then that's their vortex and be stuck in it. Stuck in it by yourself. What are you dragging other people in for? But that's what people do. And to hope people stop doing that, because if that's the reason people like you, I mean, because of what you have and not who you are, then at some point, you can guarantee when you say no, expect them to be upset. We leaving charity friendships in 2019. If you haven't already, I left mine in 2018. No more charity. It was like, nope, you're not calling. So any help is, we closing up these arms people. Get it together, because don't know no new best friends around income tax seasons for some people who have children or not. There will be no BFF. So I never seen so many people want to be somebody's best friend around income tax if you have kids, and they naturally assume and think, well, you about to get I know she's gonna get a good check. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
How our language changes. See how our language changes. We didn't went from speaking English. Everything we say is an abbreviated form or something. What the hell is a BFF? Okay, I mean,
bestie. Okay, I'm sorry, bestie, best friend. Well, that's girl stuff. I know the women call BFF. Okay, we used to say BFF, best friends forever, back when I grew up.
Yeah, I know what it stands for, but I'm just comparing the way we talk. I mean, when I first saw the word LOL, I thought to myself, what is LOL?
Okay, that's been worn out. LOL. I try not to even type that anymore because it has been worn out. People will say a serious statement, then put LOL behind it. Like it won't make sense. Or the laughing emoji. They'll try to say something serious and then put the laughing emoji. It's like, but that wasn't funny. I can't. What are you trying to be serious or funny? Pick one. Because right now you're causing me to be a little bit schizophrenic. I don't know if I want to laugh or cry. You put a serious statement, then you put tears. Which emotion do you want me to pick now? In my head, that's what I be saying, thinking like, which one am I supposed to feel? Because it's a little schizo, darling. So that LOL. Yeah, you're right, Aaron. It's the abbreviation. I won't talk to nobody. If you text me WYD, if the man texts me WYD, I'm not dating you. I'm not dating you. You better spell out good morning. I don't want to hear GM.
That's the part.
Nikki, am I being too picky? I don't want to see no GM. You better say good morning. It doesn't take that hard. Good morning is already there.
I'm sorry.
There's LMAO, which is laugh my ass off. Found out, but that one, I'm like, wow.
That's a fake way of saying I have nothing else to say right now or contribute to the conversation. So I'll just put LMAO. That's what I take it as. You got nothing else to say of relevance, so you just put that to end it. LMAO. I don't trust nobody. When I look at text and all they've ever responded was LMAO. When I finish saying something, I don't text 3 or 4 lines, and that's what they say. I don't care if it was funny. Then you need to say it in a different way than LMAO. That's lazy.
Actually, technology. I love technology. I thank God for technology, but in a way, it's kind of almost dumbing us down. I mean, we're almost devolving. I mean, think about it. You literally, someone pointed this out to me, and I had to think about it. But you're typing with your thumbs.
I don't. Who types? Y'all type with your thumbs? I don't use my thumbs. Who else uses their thumbs? I don't. I use my I'm left-handed. Well, I use both hands, and I'm not gonna tell people what finger I use because you're not supposed to let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. But I don't use my thumbs. Anybody else use their thumbs? Am I the only one who doesn't?
I don't use mine either.
What's Aaron? What you talking about the thumbs? Because that seemed a little.
That's just what we text with, our thumbs.
So men their thumbs or you text with your thumb? Is that a man thing? Because I don't never see
No.
women text with their thumbs.
When you're texting on your phone, you're using your thumbs.
I don't know, Aaron. Okay, are we in agreement with what?
Real quick, let me check. Let me see what I'm writing.
I know for a fact I don't use my thumb. I know exactly which finger I use, and it's definitely not my thumb. And I'm thinking of another person's hand and people, and well, I don't know, my son uses his thumb. He be going super fast over there. Okay, he's right. Okay, Aaron's right. I had to visualize somebody else's hand besides my own. He's right. People are texting like that, using their thumb, going super warp speed, texting like it's the last minute on earth and they got to say goodbye to everybody they know. And so they're texting 1,000 miles per hour. Yes, you're right. I think they are using the thumb. Okay, so Aaron, you must be that person texting in. Okay, Miss Coleman said not me. Were you saying not me, Miss Coleman, to the texting on the finger?
Miss Coleman is not using it. Morpheus, the God, is in the.
Hi, Morpheus. Oh my gosh, that name every time. I want to go get I want to get a Nebuchadnezzar every time I see the name Morpheus. I want to go get in a Nebuchadnezzar and try. So the texting, then the thumb, then must be a preferential area. Maybe that's a certain. I don't know. I think right now it look like you losing with the thumb. I only saw you right now. Nikki said not her. Miss Coleman not her. Morpheus, what you texting with? But I know what he's talking about, though. It do be a lot of people when they texting, but those be like long dissertations, and I don't know. I don't use my thumb, though. I don't know how we got on that, but Nobody said anything. They trying to figure out what finger they use. They're like, let me see, play around and type. I don't use my thumbs. I just don't. Aaron, you've been controlled. You've been programmed to use your thumbs. You in the system, my nigga. I'm sorry for
Yeah. Well,
you're programmed.
Right?
I can just see the thumb, because when you be looking at people, and now I'm getting I gotta see if I get the visualization, and I look at they just in their phone and they walking and they texting super fast, and it's like, hey man, look up, it might be a whole meteorite by the phone of your head. Pay attention to what's going on. And they do be sitting there using both thumbs. I think you might be right, and I'm just realizing I just don't. But and I know some other people may. Particularly women, if she got fingernails, it seemed like the thumb would be in the way. This is real petty right now, but
I can't my thumbs. I'll be having nails on and stuff, so I gotta use my fingers.
Me too. It's okay. So then it's a nail thing. Okay, so now
sometimes I use my fingers too.
I use all my fingers to do all kinds of stuff, so I don't know. I never really care as long as I can get the message across.
Yeah, who made the thumb? So I be doing the opposite of whatever people do, because even if it might be quicker and faster to use your thumbs, I won't do it because everybody else is doing it. I have a history of being non-compliant. I'm staying non-compliant.
Where is our other friends? Where's Ghetto Preacher at? Where's freaking Fraser at? Where's everybody at? They must be asleep. It is late. Remember we used to get the other guy too, that was from England in here.
Oh yeah, Sunray.
Australia.
He's from Australia, yeah.
Where in the hell are my friends at?
When you ask for them, they might pop up. They send their energy out there.
On YouTube tonight.
Okay, I just typed that with my finger, so there.
Aaron, okay. Aaron trying to prove Aaron gonna go to war about that finger and that thumb. Well, you did one. Okay, there was one time on Aaron, but you gotta do that for the rest of all the time.
For the encore, I think I might type some with my toe. Now that's gonna be a challenge.
Oh no!
When you want to prove it, like, I refuse to use my fingers. I'm gonna use my toes. Hey, that's super rebellious. Hey, that's straight up rebel against the system.
So you know what they say. You know what they say. Yeah, y'all know what they say. Put your foot into it. So
No, but
Wait, I thought it was put your back into it.
Oh, put your
it's
back
not,
into. Oh, okay. Oh,
not
someone put their foot in this. Okay, okay.
Oh yeah, like that's when you could. Oh, you put your foot in it. You know why people? That ain't a good analogy. Is that because it don't sound? And I never got that. Like you put your foot into it, like.
Yeah, it does make you wonder, how do they come up with that? Did someone actually put their foot in someone's food?
y'all done ran me off my own. Every time I keep trying to say something, I can't say nothing. So I guess I gotta act like this.
Mute me. I'm on mute, Nikki. You go. Come on, Nikki.
Golly. Woo! So I was gonna say that there are people that use their feet to do everything because they don't have arms.
True that.
They are
That
actually
is true.
cooking and doing everything with their feet.
Yeah, you got a good point right there, Nikki.
See, I'm fair. I don't really be want to talk that much, but sometimes I want to say my little points.
I know what you mean.
I want Morpheus. I want them to come in. I want to hear from you guys. I hear myself all the time. I want to hear that's why I came here, to hear from new people. I don't really want to hear myself. I like to hear you all's thoughts because most of the time they line up with mine.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to hear, I want to hear you all. It was just no here. So anybody else want to come up or something? Because that's where I get my enjoyment from.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it feel like that, but I just wanted to say something, and I just had to do it like that.
No, Nikki, you're the person. It's how sometimes Nikki, how tall are you? Are you tall or short?
My mind like runs really fast, and I forget what I want to say. And I'll be trying to wait for a chance to break in, but sometimes I can't. I'm 5'6".
Okay, but we'll see when you do come, which usually what you say, you can nail yours down in like 5 to 10 words. Where somebody like me, you're gonna take, you know what I mean? So you may come in slow, but you come in with more Pam.
Yeah,
You summing up. Some people just chatter. Yeah. Okay. Well, Morpheus can. Miss Coleman, do you want to come in? I don't know. I don't want to be. I know I like hearing Nikki. I like how you talk. When you talk, I like when I'm talking. They don't care. I do not like when people they start. I'm like, why y'all doing so much? You talk regular. You know.
Oh,
you don't have to put.
This is how I talk. This is how I talk every day. I wanted to tell y'all a story though about the situation. Oh, you 5'9" Morpheus. Oh, Morpheus. Anyway. So I was telling you guys about my situation where I'm at work and I'm meeting new people and all this stuff, right? So there's this lady who I met and I was cool with the lady, but have you ever encountered somebody who you are getting to know and the person is like very kind of like controlling, like kind of want to lead the way or try to have you do what they want you to do. So I had to encounter this with this lady and I did not know what to say to the lady about the way she been coming at me. And I like to, when I meet people and stuff, I like to let them know who I am up front. I don't like it to end up being some crazy stuff. So sometimes I just like to like say how I feel about some shit. So I was deciding that I wanted to go to lunch in my car because we're inside of this building and I don't want to be in that building all the time. I want to go out and get some air. So she was like, well, where are you having your lunch at? I said, I'm having lunch in my car. She said, oh, all of a sudden now you just want to go to your car all the time. Oh, you trying to be like the other lady. I said,
oh my gosh.
That made me so mad. Like, I really was upset that she said I wanted to be like somebody because I promise every day in my life I never wake up in the morning want to be like nobody but who I am. It may not have always been that way, but at this point, like, come on now. So when she said this shit, I was like, I'm just not gonna let this lady get away with it. So when we went to break, the next break, I said, I heard what you said, and I was just wanting to know why would you say something like that? Do you know that this lady tried to blow me off and say she was just joking? And I was like,
Well,
that ain't nothing to joke about.
right. Like that's a distasteful joke. No, you weren't joking, lady. You tried to, what she did was when you she wanted you to not go into your car or whatever and threw that out there. So maybe you say, no, I'm not, and stop doing it. And when it didn't work and when you confronted her, she tried to downplay it to a joke. That's real whack.
That's real whack. Let me finish real quick. So after I said that, she was like, oh, I can't even joke with you. And she tried to blow me off and walk away from me and go start talking to another lady that was in the break room. I'm like, I dipped out on her. I was like, okay. I got my coffee, got my other cup, went out and went to where I was. Do you know she walked up on me and said I was rude? That was very rude. You just left the break room and did what you wanted to do. I said, this counted up as that I'm rude, okay?
Yeah.
Okay? I said I'm a rude bitch. That's exactly what I said.
All right, I was just gonna say, call me a rude bitch then. I'll just be rude.
Yeah, so she looked at me and walked away. But the whole time, do you see what I'm trying to say in this situation? It was like, if I can't get you to do what I want you to do, I'm going to insult you along the way.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? And I just don't get down like that. I don't get down like that with nobody. And when you do something that I don't like, I will bring it to your attention immediately because you're going to know about it instead of me holding it in, letting you get away with some shit. Talk to me any kind of way you want to talk to me. And I keep on going along with it and not saying nothing. I said, I'm nipping that shit in the bud. I bet her ass don't want to hang around me now. She got the fuck on me and went on about her business and they haven't bothered me since.
Well, mission accomplished. That's pretty bold, though. It's kind of like, who you think you are, Shawty? You're not running shit over here, excuse me, but you're not running me.
It's a cultural difference, though, sis. That's what it is. She is a Nigerian lady, and I am an American.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need for her to find out protocol or how women over here, like get your feelings hurt. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but it's like, nah, you're not gonna come at me. You're not running me. Period. I don't care where you're from and what that. You can't not run me how I eat, where I eat at. If I want to have lunch on the rooftop, lady, mind your business. Worry about yourself. That's pretty much I tell folks. Worry about yourself. I put something else at the end. I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, worry about yourself.
Yeah, if I want to have lunch in a manhole, I will.
It was
right.
Difference. Y'all see that though? It's like the people from those different places, they're used to having servants. They're used to people doing what they want them to do. And that's
what I was thinking too. Aren't women? Yeah, but no. I thought they also too, the men run them so much. They get over here and they think they got a little bit of control and they get a little bit of power and they don't know how to, so I never know. I'm not sure about that cultural difference, but I've seen
it is. No.
Men come from over there and they be trying to control. Like, you can't control no American woman like y'all running over there taking somebody's whole paycheck. You're going to have to look real hard to find that type of woman here. No, we ain't. Some of those, I knew some African women and they were working and they were doing hair and they would braid and make all this money. And it's like every time they got a new head, the person, would pay half before they started and half or finished. The men would just come in and take the money and leave. Walk around in suits with no job. I'm like, y'all just giving y'all men money like that? And they was like, that's a cultural thing. Okay. But you ain't here braiding hair like that all day. I don't know how that's some type of tied into no African culture. Somebody gonna have to make me understand that because I don't know nothing about that. Maybe I'm ignorant to that fact. So educate me because I don't understand it. You sitting there doing all that hard work. He coming here with a suit and you have to hand him all your hard work money. He just walk off. Go wherever he doing, hoeing, giving it to another woman. God knows what. You just emptying your pockets and giving him your heart. You standing here for hours braiding. Sir, you not no And while I'm talking, I have someone close. They were I don't want to say how close they were to me, but I knew a person and she was doing that. She married an African man. I don't understand, but she was making a lot of money and her money became his money and everything she had became, well, it would start off theirs, Then it became his, and then he took off and ran and left her and took everything, left her high and dry. So
I was gonna say these African men, they come over here and they get them an American black woman, marry her, but all along they got an African family back in Africa. They always travel back to Africa, but never take the woman back to Africa with them. They always got something going on that this lady don't know about. So I mean, I don't really trust them like that. I think that they come out here, build this stuff, have a woman, they build a life, and they send a lot of money back home to Nigeria.
yeah,
And all this stuff.
yep.
And at the end, when everything's over and done, they dog the lady out.
Or leave her. Yeah, high and dry. I mean, took every dime. I mean, when I tell you she has saved up a fat account, I'm talking about over a period of a huge amount. Well over six figures. He wiped, and it was both of their money. He emptied, didn't even leave her nothing. Wiped it out. Went back to he was in Africa anyway with a whole baby and another wife. And I was like, so this whole time he was fake loving you all them years. What was the point? Just for the money? Could he find her? Dang, I don't know how she didn't see that, but I remember her also making fun of me for being single and being on my let me get it by myself. And girl, you just need to get somebody. And he got friends, and while she was trying to be in me for playing a single card, she ended up getting wiped out and left for nothing. Lost everything, her house, all that.
That's disrespectful, though, to me. That's disrespectful that they do that. And I've seen it. I'm watching it happen right now. Once the kids get grown and all this other stuff, everything changed. And one thing about that culture is they are very flamboyantly flossy, like real.
Yes.
They want to seem like they're better than somebody. And I'm just listening. I don't think I'll ever be able to get along with them. Because
I know what you mean.
First of all, you looking at me like I ain't shit the whole time. Everything that I got ain't good enough for you because you got all your shit better than my shit. And you making sure you let me know of that.
Right, some sort of way. Where you shop at, girl? Oh, I got my furniture from Haverty's. Okay, well you pay $8,000 for a couch, honey. You a Whole Food. That's a car. Okay, I'm not about to do that. But if that make you feel better, because I'll just be thinking like, who else? That shouldn't be a topic of conversation if we're talking. You want to know where my furniture came from? I just don't understand
what our stuff is. Like, come on now. It just
that's
like she came into the break room. This lady, she didn't came in the regular room with the Benz keys and put them on the table. And the guy, she made
right, so everybody can see. They got the keychain up there just to make sure you see that Benz key, baby. Like turn a certain.
Ask her about the Benz, girl. I was like, oh Lord, you too much.
She can have that. I'm not a Benz. And so she did I realize all of us don't like Mercedes Benz.
Do you know what Mercedes Benz did to our people?
Nikki, don't go there. I'm Xing out. Don't try it. I know some girls right now living in a shack. When I tell you a shack of a Matchbox, because they Mercedes-Benz car note is taking up all their paycheck. They can't afford to live anywhere better. So they stay in a car. They're like, I'll drive. They always want to drive. And you think you're jumping in your friend's car with the Benz, but how she's living, she don't even want anybody to come to her house. And I'm like, you know how much time you spend in your car? Not that much. Okay, we at work for whatever amount of time. Unless you're driving for Uber or somebody or a taxi cab or you on the road, you don't spend much time in your car. So the bulk of your money should go in your dwelling. That's me. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, please. I thought the bulk of your money, if need be, would go towards shelter and habitation. I thought. But to drive a Benz, they would sacrifice the quality of their living. And I think that's sad.
Aaron, can we hear from you?
Yeah, I was listening to you, and yeah, some people do live above their means.
That ain't even above that. See, above your means is okay, you can hardly make it. They are completely sacrificing a normal, regular quality of life just to make a payment. Like they can't even really dress.
Well, sometimes they're too busy trying to keep up with the Joneses too and stuff like that, knowing full well they can't afford certain things. They want to be like everyone else so bad they can't. They sacrifice their own living
It's the
arrangement.
status. It's the status. Like, you can't afford no Benz, but you're driving this Benz. But you
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that goes with it having a Benz. You ain't got no house. You're not
right.
fly. You ain't doing nothing. None of your shit fly. But
And
that
that breaks my heart, y'all. I lost a whole relationship I had to put on hold because I asked him, why is your car note $700 a month? You're paying rent. That's more than whatever. Who was your last relationship that let you get in? This was not a good decision. You're too old to have gotten into that type of a car payment. And I kept asking and they were getting offended, but I was like, that's a lot of money for this type of car they had. The car note didn't even match the car. And I was curious because I'm like, I'm trying to see where your mind's at, because if you're making a bad decision like that, I expect the person you're with to say, hey, that ain't no good idea, man. I don't get that. Like I thought the other part of you was supposed to let you know, don't do that. That's not a wise decision. Let's try to find a better way to get there. Don't just run out and see somebody else with it. You get it. Now you're stuck into a $700 car note for a car that wasn't even worth it, or you could have found for cheaper or something, and you don't even own a home. That's a whole house note. I don't understand that. And I wasn't trying to sound like I was better or made sense. It didn't make sense to me mathematically.
Well, I mean, if you're making sense, then you're making sense. I mean, and
Some
if
people get
they're
offended. They like, I don't know, maybe they asked their mom and their mama told them, yeah, go get it. So that means your mama telling you to make bad decisions too. See, I don't want you to hate to be the person always saying there's a better way to do it, So you just say, fuck, y'all do what y'all want to do. And then those same people be looking at you like, well, you did something wrong. You stop complaining about it.
no, it's just the status that people need to have. Like, it's like I mean, the reason why I'm talking about this because I sat here and I thought about it for a long time about how I was being treated by this lady. And I was like, this lady does not want to be my friend. She want to be above me, and that's all to it. Because I don't treat my friends like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't treat people like that. Period. Even if you're not my friend, I'm not going to treat you to the point where I'm trying to make sure and prove to you that I'm better than you or I have.
Well, Nikki, can I ask you something? And don't get offended. Was it something about you that made you stand apart from her that she knew she could never ever have? So she had to find something, anything to pick at. Like, is it your looks? Although I'm not at all vain or superficial like that. Is it your looks, your complexion, your hair, the way you walk, the way you talk, your position? What was it about you that irked her where she felt like she had to trump you?
I mean, so many people try to do this shit every day. I don't know what it is about me. I don't know. I guess
That's just the God in you. Then they just trying to.
I think it's just my light that shine. People just like to
That's
find.
what I'm gonna say. Then, you should be used to it. Then they're gonna always like they gotta find a way to try to. You can say anything. They're gonna. Okay, that makes.
This is why I don't fuck with nobody, like, for real. Like, this is why I fuck with the few people I fuck with.
Okay, you
Right.
makes sense. Cause I knew you. I was like, hold on, Nikki, you ain't brand new. I knew. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay, the first one won't be the last. Is what you're trying to say.
Sure won't. She really won't.
She won't. She wasn't the first. She won't be the last. Who gonna try to find something? To one up you when the whole time it's like.
And that's why
I trying to
it out every time on the like, lady, did you think you really could tell me where I was gonna be at?
Yeah, like that. And then you be wondering, how did I make you behave? Well, like, what is about us that's so quieting and humbling to make them believe that, But they, for some reason, thought they could. So when they find out, no, honey, I'm not running with what you're talking about. I'm doing me. They cannot. They get really offended, as if nobody else has ever told them no. I seriously doubt that. They're not that. Nobody's running that type of gang. They got to be a super control freak. If them people tell them no, they make such a tantrum, and what people stop telling them no, that's kind of bullyish. But I don't care. Well, you can't bully me.
Show the fuck case. So let me tell y'all the other story about the watch. So I got this nice watch I got for my birthday a couple of years ago that I never wear, right? And I figured out that if I put the watch on, I could walk all night and figure out how many steps I'm taking, because I really do. I've been saying I want to work out and all this, but now the work I do is exercise for me. So I was like, let me put my watch on so I can know how many steps I take. I take 14,000 steps a day, not a night, the whole day, out of the whole day, from when I get up in the morning until like when I go to work that night, all the way until that's how many steps I take a day now. So I'm happy about that. I'm not even caring about this watch, like trying to floss on nobody. I'm just like, look how many steps I take. They're like, what kind of
Mm-hmm.
watch is this? What kind of watch is that? I
Oh
was
my gosh.
just a watch.
I thought,
I'm not
I,
here, I'm not trying to floss my watch. Like it's like I wasn't trying to floss my watch. I'm really so concerned about my steps. And she was
I
like,
could walk my tail off.
I say, oh, watch. And I didn't even go into the details about my watch because I'm not here to floss on y'all.
I hear what you're saying though, Nikki. Though, what good is it to floss when you ain't got good health, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I can definitely do, I can do some walking. I mean, I walk like man, I can walk. I think I shocked myself with how far I can walk. I'm gonna still go get myself checked out and stuff, and as far as the blood pressure and all that is concerned, because people are checking out of here way before their time. I mean, they about to. I told you about my brother-in-law. They about to have a service for him Monday in Chicago, which I can't be at and stuff,
Mhm.
And that's why I'm saying family is very important.
They
Family
are.
got to be there for each other.
Tip too, though, that I've been working out. I've been doing this shit for 3 weeks. I feel so better, so much better health wise, as far as me and my endurance of how I can handle it all. It's all better now. So I'm benefiting from just physical activities that I'm involved in. I'm gonna be fine as wine in about 6 more weeks.
Come through, Nikki. You know, people be jealous for the fact that you can even walk these days. You can't even say that. Yeah, I went for a walk. I said it was like, okay. And I'm like, okay, I've had a car wrecks. I've had surgeries. I've had, several things that kind of held me, put me on, not held me back, but they kind of interrupted my flow, but they didn't stop me. I'm still, just like I had to have ankle surgery. That
Someone
didn't mean
back
I,
on the live. Is someone taking
yeah.
is someone taking a bath on this live?
Um,
Aaron, are you taking a bubble bath while you're live?
No.
okay, y'all. I feel. How
Doesn't
you
sound like
hear
a
all
bad.
that?
I can
It
hear the
doesn't sound.
water. I've been heard the water. Now that Miss Coleman is hearing the water.
It doesn't sound like a bad idea, but no, I'm not taking a bubble bath.
Now I'm in my feelings. I feel some type of way. I'm leaving the studio. Should have played them. Nope, it's not me.
Mm. Yeah, you did the bum move. Like I'll talk to my cousin on the phone and be taking baths and stuff, but to go live with a bath, you the first person in history that got caught taking a bath on the live.
I'm not gonna
Being
answer
on,
that.
being on camera,
It's
being
not
on
on
camera
camera.
with a towel, being on camera with a champagne glass in here. What's up, y'all?
You know what? I'm not even finna play with y'all. I'm not going to play it. Nikki, sometimes you're supposed to play dumb and act like you don't hear nothing. First of all, I'm washing hair, washing dishes. It's all type of stuff going on with water. Why did people assume that?
It sound like you just running the water on you, all that. We heard you.
Listen here, dolphin ears. Isn't that the dolphin that can hear way across the all the oceans? Listen here, super dolphin ears tuning in. I'm
Trying to play
washing
it off.
dishes. Yeah. No, ma'am. I am washing dishes and hand washing clothes, skincare. But come making me say it's awkward as this bitch. Oh God. I'm laughing so hard. If you only knew the irony. The irony. Oh my goodness. Okay, next. I'm trying to put somebody on blast.
Next topic.
Well, we can shout out to people who do bathe though. Can we say one time for the people who still bathe and care about hygiene?
Shout out to you, sure.
I think folks, I'd be like, so you're gonna sit in front of, the computer. I don't even want to go there.
In front of the computer all this time and not gonna
They got stuff to do. You gotta. I told you, time is money. Like, make the most of the time you got. You got stuff to do, places to be, what you call it, multitask. What we just talking about? Aaron was multitasking earlier. Now, some people, unfortunately, I've had to block people. I'm like, something going on there. That's too far now. I mean, there's a light, hard way to do some stuff that's not that big a deal. But then there's some people who they have separate motives, And I hate that I'm always the woman that didn't see the other. I don't want to say pervert. I miss it. Why I keep missing a pervert until they're too far, either trying to infiltrate my life or it's too far in my face before I catch. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, it's not, because I come from a little era. Women are a little bit lighthearted. Sometimes we still have a dorm room mentality from being on the yard. It's nothing to us. It's just like normal. But I had to learn over and over in the hard way that no, does not work in, unfortunately, all situations. What you may think is something so innocent and something so simple and relaxing. Yeah, you could be having a glass of wine in the back. Some freako will go and just.
We're going to have a new one called A Bath and Some Wine with Nikki C.
I like that. Girl, you did that.
Everybody get in the bathtub and we're going to get on the live. And we're going
I know they ain't still showing no damn Halloween commercials.
Oh, Lord.
Nikki, I like that though. Why we can't schedule a relax in some water and grab someone? Like, what's wrong with that? I think that's kind of cute. I mean, outside the box, it is relaxing. Just a soak. I mean, hot water. Do you know what it feels to your bones?
And we're going to talk about put in our bath water. We're going to put some different items in our bath water. I'm pretty sure. So we'll have all.
I hate this. Yeah, I hate the sound. I don't mean it's not ritualistic for me, but bathing is it's almost a godly thing for me. I can't explain. Anytime I've ever talked about it, I felt people looking at me like, "Girl, it's just no, it's not. It's not. You just can't jump in." No, bathing and cleanliness is something that is so. I can't explain it, so I don't understand people how they go without it. I don't understand that.
Bottom line, just do it as they say in the hood.
This is next to godliness.
Or basically, like we say in the hood, like we say in the hood, wash your ass.
If you're not bathing, then you something wrong with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, even if you just wanted to sit in some hot water and bubbles and just lay it, like your skin rejuvenates and letting your skin do what it needs to do. And I don't know, man. I don't get how that's just overlooked. Like, let me try to jump in every day. You can't jump in a 5-minute shower every day. That's not gonna. I don't know. That's like I said. That's just me. Maybe I just love the water that much. It could just me loving. I love water, but it's just something about it. Your whole mood changes. I can tell. I can look at people and tell they're not very clean. They can have one of the shiniest clothes. It's something about them just look dirty. I don't know. Maybe that's a spirit. I don't know. No, I think it's washing, soaking skin. What happened to soaking? That's like I don't know. I like that, Nikki. Nikki, you already you gonna run with that. That's your thing. If anybody try to copy it, they copying Nikki C. She said, "What'd you say, Nikki? Bathtub wine in a
wine, taking bath and wine with Nikki C."
Yeah, bath and wine with Nikki C. Something like that. Whatever. That's Nikki's idea. If anybody else pop up with it, you straight up ganked it and copying.
They've been copying.
Bath and wine with Nikki C. Maybe you could pour some wine in the water where you can bathe and get drunk at the same time.
Aaron doing the most.
I know.
Hey, you can do whatever you want with your water. Who's to say? How do I know? I mean, I like some. Anybody know some extra tips? I'm a soaker. I soak every day, sometimes even twice a day, but definitely one. I'm a soaker. So I mean, that's a good. I like that, Nikki. What if everybody did do that? What if somebody ended up opening up a gateway to like the heavens because everybody was in the, I'd be worried about that. Like, I don't know. Water is serious, man. Water got some. Water can pull a whole bunch of energy. Nick, you trying to send us home quick, ain't it?
Where?
I don't know. I know this ain't my home. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah, this ain't the home.
Everybody,
Oh, my homies is gone. Two of my homies went home. They gone. They left me.
Somebody said only soak in herbs and oils if you do so.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the bath bombs, the kind that have the marijuana or the CBD bath bombs and the CBD soap. They got all kind of stuff. I have all that.
Oh yeah? Well, hook your girl up. Like school me on that, because I don't know. I mean, I just know my way, but if there's
I do a lot of different baths. I don't just do I do the sea salt bath, the baking soda bath.
because some people got different skin and everything don't work for everybody. So
You could do the oils. Natural things shouldn't hurt anybody's skin, really.
oh, Miss Coleman. Did Miss Coleman just say what I think she said?
What? No,
she said
wine in the punani. Not wine in the water. Drink the wine.
Oh, wait, she says, let me stop with my punani care, child. Is she saying punani? Is that a herb?
No. Girl, vaginal steaming. Look, we got Aaron up here getting caught up with her. The vaginal steaming, the vaginal detox, pearls.
Well, she kind of was. I mean, that's something important. That's I'm gonna let y'all have that. I don't know how to talk. I get shy on certain stuff. Don't get it wrong. I'm not that talkative. Some things make me shy to talk to. I wish I could get more open on some levels, but I've always been that way. I start blushing and I get shy and geeky, quirky. Like, you'd be surprised. But that is good care. But the way she said it was so delicate and so Empress-like. I've heard someone else try to say something the same way and it came out so wrong. I was like, honey, I guess coming from the energy that says it. The wrong person can say the wrong energy can say the same sentence and they do not come out like a suggestion, you know? It come out so wrong. And we are all adults.
Oh no douching. Not for years I haven't done that.
No, hell no. Oh Lord. Ooh.
All natural cleansing. Aaron, I'm sorry we did this. Aaron is quiet.
I'm still listening.
Oh.
I'm listening.
I'm sleepy.
You're sleepy.
Yeah, we got cold in my room.
It gets cool out there in the desert.
So what do you guys have planned for tomorrow? Because we're about to end this live. I'm going to bed.
I'm going to church.
What church
Get
you
my
go to?
get my praise on.
What time is church at your church?
Well, we got 4 services, so I'm going to the latest one.
Which one is that?
That'll be the 1 o'clock one.
1 o'clock. Oh, that's what time I'm starting to do hair.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta call my friend in the morning. She got a church service too.
Yep.
I'm gonna see what's up. But I appreciate everybody for coming through, Aaron. We went a different direction tonight, but it's all good.
Yeah, we did.
I got my hair on too, because I don't get it twisted. It's cold. Yeah, we went in a different direction, but it's all good. I'm glad we did that. We needed a variety when we talking. So I'm gonna do shop work tomorrow. I got off early tonight, so I'm gonna give me some rest and then go knock that out tomorrow.
All right.
Thanks, y'all, for real. I don't know what happened to the beach. She's gone. She just dropped off. Y'all know what I want y'all to do though? Y'all need to make moves like a boss.
Mm-hmm.
Peace, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.
I love.